Hi, welcome to On the Wild Side. I'm your host, Kyle Shepard. Today, our show's about moving. We've got Sundar, our red panda, who's moving into his new digs, and a big move for us, 2 elephants that are moving to a sanctuary in Tennessee. You will learn more about that today. Let's go take a walk on the wild side. So today's show is all about big moves. We'll talk to Ron a little later about our big elephant move. And today we're here at Red Panda. We're going to talk a little bit about another move for a birthday with Sunny D. He's moved into his new exhibit near the sloth and across from the macaws and the toucan. And Ron, let's just talk about red pandas to start off. So tell us about red pandas in general and then Sunny D in particular.
Yeah, red panda is one of my favorites. Red pandas, little known fact, are the original panda. They were discovered some 50 years before the giant pandas. Actually, they're not even related. They thought giant pandas were like red pandas because they both live in the same area and eat bamboo, so you'd kind of think so, but they discovered years and years later, not related at all. Red pandas are so unusual that they are in their own family, and they have all these strange adaptations to help them survive in the bamboo forests. The biggest one is they eat a lot of bamboo. So red pandas eat about 1/3 their body weight in bamboo every single day. It can be up to like 20,000 leaves of bamboo. Of course, that takes a lot to digest. So you'll see them snoozing about 2/3 of the day. So that's okay because we build in a lot of cool features for our red pandas in our new habitat to accommodate Sunny D's nap time.
You just said it, he likes napping and he likes climbing. And so when you went in to design this exhibit, you took those 2 things in mind and built this beautiful exhibit. Take us through a quick verbal walkthrough of the exhibit real quick.
They like to be up high. And so we took special care when we redesigned his new habitat to build a kind of like a skyway of connected trees for him to climb on from one end of his habitat to the other. We want to make sure this was durable wood. So we picked Osage orange. You see Osage orange in a lot of our habitats around the Louisville Zoo because it lasts a long, long time. So I work closely with our great horticulturalist, Will Ney, here at the Louisville Zoo, and he helped us acquire a bunch of Osage orange, and he and I together kind of designed and positioned it and networked it, so now you see the end result. So Sunny D has this great big canopy of Osage orange to climb around.
You and I talked last episode about that Osage orange and how we worked with Metro Parks. Thank you, Metro Parks, working with us on the great repurposing. And here is the fruition of that repurposing in Sundar's exhibit. But there's other features. There's bamboo you mentioned, there's a behind the scenes section, and there's all kinds of amenities for him.
What we wanted to do was build a facility that could handle anything that might come up that we would like to help with regarding red pandas. You know, red pandas are an endangered species. Zoos don't take red pandas from the wild. They haven't done that in years and years and years. So we all work together to cooperatively manage the red pandas. We keep track of everybody's genetics. We keep track of all the different animals, how many animals each zoo can manage well. So our role immediately is to just provide wonderful places for a couple of red pandas to live. However, we built the place to be able in the future to breed and manage cubs. So we have 2 outdoor habitats so we can either keep pandas together or they can be separate. Behind the scenes, they have these specialized little bedroom areas with specially designed nest boxes. And that would be for their comfort, but also so moms can, that's where they'll have their cubs. And we'll make multiple spaces because moms like to move their cubs around and park them in different places. It's all air conditioned back in there as well. So if it gets a little too warm outside, they can go inside and get some AC. Outside they have shade. We have great big fans to keep them cool. So much went into the design of this habitat to do all we could do for red pandas.
So that begs the question, are we getting a new red panda?
We are. So currently, you know, about a year ago, we brought in Sundar. You hear me calling him Sunny D all the time. That's kind of our nickname for him. But Sundar is here. He's been here for a year. He's doing wonderfully. He's transferred from his original really cool habitat that we started with here to this new expansive giant Shangri-La for red pandas. But we want to try and help out that big picture population again by housing a female who needs a home. And we're hoping that she and Sunny D will be buddies. It's not with a breeding wreck, but we want to bring her in. And you know, red pandas sometimes like to cohabitate with a friend. Sometimes they like to live solitary. So if you see one red panda, that's okay, because that's kind of the way they live. So we'll see. She might come in, they may get along, and you'll see them out together. If not, that's okay. One can be in the front outdoor habitat, one can be in the back outdoor habitat. They can rotate around through all the different spaces that we have. So once again, we're built to deal with anything.
So we've got some exciting new things coming up this summer. We'll have daily demonstrations to look for our guests, but also an opportunity to maybe get a behind-the-scenes tour with the red panda.
VIP immersive experiences with Sunny D, where folks can come to the zoo. We'll take you in the habitat with Sunny D, and he'll come over and he'll stand on this log right here, and people can have an up-close special experience with Sunny D. So it's so important for Louisville Zoo's mission to share animals with folks, inspire folks with animals, of course. And sometimes we like to try and take it up a notch by giving people a special behind-the-scenes immersive VIP opportunity with different animals around the zoo. Of course, we've been doing that with our sloths for many years, and we're going to give people the same opportunity with the red pandas. And we're also going to be doing regular daily keeper talks, so everybody who comes to the zoo can see Sunny D come up front. The keepers will share information. They'll train him a little bit so you can watch his training. So something for everybody.
Excellent. So come see Sunny D, or Sundar, in his new exhibit. He'll be around all summer in rotation with perhaps our new one.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
I help the front gate,
Do you already have tickets?
stuff like that if they need help. My name is Diane Taylor. I am the coordinator of volunteers. My job is a nice job. The volunteers are awesome. How you doing, Sunshine? You guys are the best volunteers in Louisville.
It has been a while.
Because you make my job look so easy. I just don't sit in my office. I got to get out and help. You work as a team. If they need help, especially before the seasonal start, you get out there and you help. Where the volunteers sign in. Oh yeah, it's got to be organized. 1978? Right. And I started off as a receptionist at $1.90 an hour. In '88, I got promoted to the coordinator of volunteers. I retired in '04 with my 27 years. And the person that took my place resigned 8 months later. So I'm back. Miss Diane. I said, yes. You still here? Yes. They just go to the area and find their timesheet. If I put it out there that I need volunteers, I seriously have Halloween already finished with volunteers. That's awesome. They volunteered and their kids are volunteers. But you know, when I started here, I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I look at them, they're 47 and soon to be 50. I spend more time in my office than I do my house, so my office has to look like my house. Organized. So there you go. This is my youngest grandchild. This is the oldest grandchild. He's 29. Hey. Look at the desk when I started here. Look at the front office. They used to have a newsletter. That was in 1982. Employee of the month. That's all good.
Honor your special day.
For 46 years. Everybody's so happy, and they make my job look easy. Bye.
Bye now. Have a good one.
You too.
Oh, I like the environment, the peacefulness. The horticulture department, where I volunteered before, never had enough people to take care of the zoo. And so we went to Detroit Zoo and saw that they had an Adopt a Garden program there. Wrote up a proposal to the Louisville Zoo. They adopted it, and we started it in 2010. And so I've had these gardens ever since then. I have 3 specific spots. The 2 right here and another garden down here on the corner. I've got Shasta daisies, iris, daylilies, daffodils early on, and I plant them and weed them and water them and take care of them. Not professional or anything, but I just find it calming and easy to stress relief. It's my outlet, I guess. I do well with plants and things, and so that just gives me an outlet. And I like being out here with the animals when it's quiet and there's not a lot of people around. I've encouraged several of my friends who have tried it for a while, and yeah, I think it's a good idea. We always need more volunteers.
Yeah, I work back in Boma, which is the petting zoo.
My husband, who I also talked into volunteering out here.
Well, it's fun, and you know, we We ride together now, and primarily my duties include cleaning up the yard and sweeping out the hut before the visitors get there. I kind of look like that guy at the end of the movie, in the movie theater, only I'm not sweeping up popcorn. So that's what I'm doing in the yard for about the first hour, hour and a half. And kind of directing stroller traffic, telling them where they can put their strollers so they can get them. And the kids are funny. Their reactions to the goats are funny. I kind of think they're like big dogs in that their behavior is somewhat predictable. When the two alphas go at it, it's kind of scary because they could take an old guy like me out. They just don't know it. Every employee I've encountered are extremely hardworking and dedicated. You know, we're not a big metropolis, but we have a really nice zoo, and hopefully people take advantage of it and take pride in it. Well, having shared experiences is helpful. You've seen older folks, you know, they go out, they eat dinner, they don't say a word to each other. We at least have something to talk about. It's not real strenuous, so it's something we can do, and we get a little exercise.
It's worthwhile, and anybody who can afford a few hours a week, it'd be well worth their while to come out and try it at least. Sense of worth, to be able to give something back.
Yeah, that's it. If you've been fortunate like as we have.
And once you're retired, you need something to look forward to.
You can only play so much golf.
Ian and Jerry, they're so cool. They're cool. They care about their zoo.
I'm in charge of taking care of the camel rides, take care of all the camels, and try to make sure all the guests have a fun time and get a unique experience of either riding a camel or even getting to touch one and understand it. I expect a really unique experience. They're a natural pacer, which means the feet move the same on both sides, or horses, they alternate. And so it's just a gentle sway. In fact, we try to tell people, sit up straight, because you don't want to lean too far, so we'll kind of work with you, and just to make sure everybody's a real safe, enjoyable ride. And you get a feel even it's different, because that's why they call them the ship of the desert. They walk on the same side the feet move, so that's where you get that rock. It's okay, look, she's very gentle, and she likes it because, again, they like the tension, they're getting a carrot to eat or something like that, and you can see kids even change. There's so many things you can't touch, you can't experience, but here, for that moment of time, you can almost be one of us. So many city kids don't get the opportunity to see an animal up close like that or touch it, because sometimes we're gonna say, get on like a pony, never rode a pony. Then you go back to get on like a bike, and sometimes they'll understand. And you have all kinds of difference. Sometimes little kids are a little bit afraid, other kids can't wait, and they don't want to get off. They go, this is my new life. We kind of operate from mid-March to sometime in October, depending on the weather. We're open every day if the weather's nice. Every day the zoo is open. Desert gets cold at night, really hot in the daytime. They take temperature change better than a lot of animals, but they got those big slick feet, so not good on wet and snow. They're not designed for that. It gives the kids an experience they can take home. A stuffed animal's gonna wear out, a picture's gonna fade. They have memories forever.
As we mentioned, today's show is all about big moves, and we've got a pretty big move coming up, maybe in about a year, which is going to take a lot of minutia and training and meticulous planning for, which is why we're here to talk to Ron about that. So the big move we mentioned is our big elephants, Mikki and Punch, are moving to a sanctuary in Tennessee. So let's talk to Ron, our general curator, about, first of all, why are these two particular animals moving?
One of the most important things we do is look at our facilities. We're always critiquing ourselves, always looking at the standards of care that's going on in the industry. And we know that we do a great job with everything here at the Louisville Zoo, including the elephants. So they're doing wonderfully. But when you dig a little deeper and you look at the stage the elephants are in their lives, and you look at the size of our facility and what it would take to build what we know they deserve and we want them to have, it's a job. It's really complicated. So the decision was made, and it's a great call, to relocate Mikki and Punch, our two beloved elephants here at the Louisville Zoo, to a giant sanctuary out in Tennessee with acres and acres of space to live in. This place specializes in elephants. They get elephants from all over the country. So we're really excited about this opportunity for Mikki and Punch to kind of retire to this place. You know, Punch is 54 now and Mikki's 38. So it's a wonderful place for these two ladies who've been best friends for years and years and years to retire to a wonderful sanctuary.
for anybody, moving to a new house, moving anywhere is a big process, much less when you have an animal that's maybe upwards of 10,000 pounds or just below 10,000 pounds. So how exactly do you move an 8 to 10,000 pound animal?
Very carefully. So, we transfer animals regularly. Zoos work cooperatively amongst each other to properly manage all of the different species we have. We don't take animals from the wild anymore. We don't want to. So it's very important that we regularly think about, okay, maybe this tiger should go here, or this jaguar should go there, or this gorilla should go there, or this elephant should go someplace else. So part of that process is making sure those transfers go as smoothly as possible or as least impactful to the animal as possible. So to be able to do that, you have to make that trip for them as comfortable as possible. And that means bringing in crates or vehicles and different things that you need to have to transport them from place to place. In the case of an elephant, everything gets supersized, right? So, and there aren't just a lot of specialized elephant crates sitting around, but fortunately we have a lot of great colleagues out there, and we were able to borrow one from the Sedgwick County Zoo, who's moved elephants before, and they were very happy to loan us their 17,000 pound, 20-foot long, 8-foot wide, 12-foot high, specialized elephant crate. And we've gotten that here, and that was a job just moving it from the Sedgwick County Zoo to the Louisville Zoo. It takes cranes to lift it up, specialized trailers to deliver it on that are low enough that when the crate is driving on the roads, it's not going to hit the street lights and the traffic lights. And then brought it here, and then unloading it was just a job, and then getting it into place. Training an elephant to want to go in the crate, it takes a lot of small approximations. First step was let them just see the crate, let them kind of smell it, look at it. Okay, it's just part of the environment. The second step, which we've recently done, is we made that crate part of their habitat now. We have tied it in to the elephant habitat, so it's just part of their home right now. And by doing that, that gives us the opportunity to gradually and systematically condition and train the elephants to voluntarily enter the crate and enjoy going into the crate. Right now, they're not actually going into the crate. Step one is just to let them approach the crate as part of their habitat. And the keepers go into the crate themselves now. And the elephants come over, and the keepers are training them to present their feet and to do different behaviors that they normally do at the opening of that crate. Once they get a little more comfortable with that, we'll actually open up the barriers that keep the elephants from going in the crate, and we'll start having them come into the crate, and we'll do that same process over again. We go at the elephant's pace, right? So if they're a little nervous, we don't try and rush it. We give them time. It's all done through operant conditioning with positive reinforcement. It's just a fancy way of saying we train our elephants gradually come into a crate. Lots of little approximations to get there.
So we've talked about logistics of getting the crate here and putting it in place, and so it's a step-by-step process that you and your staff are very good at. Sort of every little step is, I want to say, we desensitize the elephants to every little step. So, and using operant conditioning, is that correct?
Yeah, so all across the zoo, we spend a lot of time training our animals through positive reinforcement, operant conditioning with positive reinforcement. So the elephants right now probably have 30 different behaviors that they cooperatively do with the keepers. The keepers build their relationship. And through this process, you can get them to present their feet for examinations, and they'll present their hip if they need a shot and voluntarily take a shot. So the elephants have all these different behaviors. So crate training is just a new behavior that we now have to train the elephants. And any of those behaviors can take X amount of time to do. Just depends on how quickly the elephants respond, and we go at their pace. If they need a little longer, we slow it down a little bit. But if they're ready to go, we speed it up and we go at their pace. So not sure how long it will take to get Mikki and Punch both happy and conditioned and comfortable being in the crate, but we'll find out.
It is important to probably say that both of them will not be in the same crate. It will be a singular delivery for each of them.
A lot goes into the logistics of moving elephants. We think it's best based on our facility and our female elephants' relationships and to do them one at a time. So the goal would be probably to transfer Punch first. She's the senior elephant, and we want to make sure Punch gets there first and starts settling in. And then we feel Mikki will be pretty responsive to be the second elephant, and she won't have any worries or regressions. So then we'll take Punch to the sanctuary. Punch will stop there, then we'll immediately bring the crate back. We'll install it right away, and we could maybe move Mikki the very next day if she is still okay with everything, or maybe we have to back up a little bit and build her back up again, and then she'll join Punch soon after.
We'll show you some video of that elephant sanctuary so you can take a look, and they have webcams, so when Mikki and Punch ultimately do move there, you'll be able to kind of follow their progress at the sanctuary. There's plenty of time to come see Mikki and Punch before they leave. Probably looking at like about a year for this, so we will be sure to update you on our social and our web pages.
Our lorikeet chick, it's a combination of a Swainson lorikeet and a green nape lorikeet, and so she's kind of a hybrid. Her name's Buttercup. Her favorite fruit is apple. The little penguins are the smallest penguin species and live mostly on the beaches of Australia and New Zealand. Babies still have their downy feathers, and as they get older, they'll slowly lose those feathers, and then they'll get their adult feathers in, and it's the adult feathers that are waterproof. And so it's not until all the downy feathers are gone that they'll actually go out into the water. And then once a year after that, they'll go through a molt. And so it's where they'll shed all of the old feathers, and then all the new feathers will come in. So they'll eat and gain a bunch of weight, and then they'll just kind of plump up. And then for about a week straight, they'll just sit and just release all of their old feathers and wait for the new feathers to come in. And then they'll go back out and continue on for the rest of the year.
Hey, thanks for joining us on The Wild Side. Don't forget that your zoo is open year-round. We're only closed 3 days a year. We've got a full slate of summer activities and fun. Be sure to come see Sundar and his new digs, and also come see Mikki and Punch before they take off to the Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee. We'll see you next time on The Wild Side.